Joy Reid of MSNBC was caught on a hot mic and was accidentally heard for the first time in her life telling the truth on the air. We've got the video right here. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug. This is where the happy patriots are as we expose the left for what they are.
Over the weekend, President Biden said he's ready to take action if Congress is serious about solving the border issue.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another fucking war.
So I potted down the F word, started another effing war, is what she said. Here it is again, just to clarify, she was off. She didn't know that the microphone was still on while Biden was talking.
Needs to get it done.
Starting another fucking war.
So she's laughing that they're starting another war. I just want to know if they'll ever let Joy Reid say that on camera. And I'm not upset about the F word, but that's what she ended up apologizing for, not for telling the truth. Here's Deadline Hollywood. MSNBC's Joy Reid apologizes after Hot Mike catches her using the F word. Reid apologized to viewers later in the show. Quote, "I was chatting during a clip that was playing," Reid said. "We try to keep this show very PG-13, so I just want to apologize to anyone who was listening to my behind-the-scenes chatter. I deeply, deeply apologize for that." What about deeply, deeply apologize for lying to your viewers about the news, about what you really think Joe Biden's going to do? Get us in another war. That's what this is about. And is Joy Reid even capable of telling you that truth? I highly doubt it, given MSNBC wants to cover for Biden while he gets us in another blanking war. Here's Donald Trump Jr. on the subject of Biden's competence as we watch the world melt down.
We have wars breaking out all over. Today, they announced Joe Biden may be announcing taking action tonight against Iran. Oh, great, Joe Biden's going to be at the helm. You wouldn't get in an Uber if it was driven by Joe Biden.
Why do we have this guy Biden in charge of taking us to war when we would not get in a car and let him drive? That goes to his competence. Of course, no one thinks he's in charge. Of course, no one thinks he can save us. The world perceives weakness, and that's what invites a war. That's why military conflicts open up in Israel. There's a threat to Taiwan. We know of Ukraine, and Russia was under Biden's watch, which Trump says they wouldn't have even tried it on his watch. And certainly Iran wouldn't be working through Houthis to bomb our bases and go after our bases in Syria, where now we've lost three of our very best soldiers. Three of them, I'll remind you, were African-American in their early 20s. That's the consequences of your vote. By the way, for the rest of you young voters that are supposed to listen to Taylor Swift and vote for Biden, how do you like a draft? How do you want to be drafted into a war? Because we're coming up 30,000 soldiers short because of their equity and inclusion woke garbage they're doing in our military. That's what you get. I'll let Donald Jr. continue here.
You wouldn't even think about it. You certainly wouldn't let your kids get in the car, but he's going to be the guy calling the shots. But he's not, because we saw what happened 2 weeks ago, right? Lloyd Austin, our Secretary of Defense, goes MIA, but he's under the knife in surgery or whatever he was doing. Did you notify the White House? Nah. Those idiots?
Everyone knows they're not in charge. They might as well have called Barack Obama to find out more information. Now, here's Biden from 2020 warning that Trump is the one that's going to get us into a war with Iran, suckering all the voters into voting for Biden so that he gets us in a war with Iran.
The world has changed because what Trump has done. And the American people, including independents and some Republicans, know how bad he is, know how much he's misrepresented, know how he's getting close to getting us in a war.
Getting us in a war? Trump didn't get us in any war for 4 years. And now we have 3 open fronts, probably more if you count Taiwan. The world is melting down because of America's weak, If you call this leadership, I don't even, like I said, he can't drive a car. Why in the world would an enemy think he's driving the country? And he's not scary. Biden's not scary. You want someone in charge that the enemy thinks might engage militarily. You don't know one way or another. Biden keeps coming out and telling our enemies what we are and aren't going to do, which is a terrible thing to do. You want to keep them guessing. It's where Trump's alleged weak point of him seeming to be a lunatic is a huge benefit militarily. That's what happened when Ronald Reagan cracked a joke, let the bombing commence on Russia that he pretended to joke about. They're all like, holy cow, he could do it. Richard Nixon was considered that weird to possibly do it. But Trump, you want them to be thinking he could do it. Everyone knows Biden can't do it. If he gets involved, they saw his retreat and surrender in Afghanistan as soon as he got into office.
I said, as the walls close in on this man, I'm worried he's going to get us to war in Iran. Unfortunately, I may have been right. The fact of the matter is there's a lot at stake in this election.
It is not going to be pretty. The whole world is going to suffer if Americans believe your lies, which is we got to save women's bodies. Got to save women's. You will mow down more women's bodies will be mowed down around the world if they vote for you, you moron. We got to save the election. Trump is a dictator. At this point, a dictator would do less damage to the world than you've done. I'm Doug in Exile.